let's take a look at where we are so far. So we are on week 11. We're going to chat today about XML, XPath, XSLT, XSD, all things XML. As we've looked at from the beginning of the semester, we first looked at a very conceptual way of structuring data, which was UML. And then we saw various ways that that could be transformed into some concrete representation. The first one we took a look at is the more common way of representing and storing data for long-term storage, which was the relational database. We spent some time there. We then considered how alternative ways of representing that, which we looked at the object model using, in particular, Java. And we saw a lot of the challenges of converting the conceptual model of UML down to a particular representation which was relational database. We then saw how much more complex was when you wanted to convert it now to the Java object model. And then we saw a couple of tools like JPA that did that conversion for you a little bit easier. Having suffered through it, trying to do it ourselves with using data access objects. And we looked at NoSQL, a completely different way of representing data with kind of leaving relational databases a little bit after having spent there quite a bit. Today we're going to look at yet another way of representing it, which is XML. XML, perhaps the order of this might have been different, right? Since XML came before JSON. JSON is a little more recent, that has become so pervasive all throughout the development software engineering. XML was one of the earlier data representation that became very, very popular at the end of last century, beginning of this century. So anyway, we'll spend some time in XML. See that a lot of the same challenges that we found when we were converting from relational databases now to object to JSON. Same challenges of handling inconsistency and redundancy and whatnot, right? All those same challenges still apply, regardless of what underlying infrastructure you use for actually storing or representing data. So let's take a look at XML.